Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to episode 194 of the Fab and Fearless Business Booster Shot Show. My name is Yinka. I'm a business strategist, a coach, a speaker, and an incoming author. And I support women to create wealth in and through their businesses by helping them to focus on what matters most for the business, which is cash flow and strategy, business owner, which is mindset and habits. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you to this 194th episode of the Booster Shot Show, where each week at 1:30 p.m. UK time on a Wednesday, I come to you with a short, sharp shot to boost both you and your business with one powerful truth and one actionable tip. And so if you can see and hear me over on my LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube socials, please come into the chat, jump in, say hello, and let's get this party started. Please accept my apologies for the delay. The tech is teching wild today. As it is, I cannot see anybody's comments, although I can see that there are people watching me live. And so, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't get in the comments, because I have my phone right here and I am definitely jumping in to interact with you today. I'm so excited to do so. Our topic for today are the 5 surprising non-cash benefits of taking a cash flow approach to your business. So I'm very excited to join you today. Come into the chat, ladies and gents. Let me know that you can see me live over on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. I want to make sure that I am not talking to myself in the live space, and then we can rock and roll. So please let me know who you are and that you can hear me. Yes, it is Sharon over on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for joining me, fabulous lady. Let me just check. I'm going to say hello and see if that comes through. I have no comments. How incredibly frustrating. But Sharon Hurley Hall, it is so great to have you here with us. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 how you are doing and how you are feeling today. Tag a friend, ladies and gents. Let's make sure that we are indeed making sure that this is easily available to those that we know and love who are incredible in business and could definitely do with hearing more about these non-cash benefits available when you decide that you want to take a cash flow approach to your business. Hey, Nat Bullen, I've just seen you like my post, which means that I am indeed live over on Facebook, because I know you and I both know you don't touch LinkedIn. And so it is so good to have you here with us. Awesome lady. Jump into the chat. Let me know that you can see and hear me live. And then we can rock and roll, because the reason why we are talking about this is because, yes, it is very easy. Of course, I'm going to be the person to say that a cash flow approach to business is amazing because that is the thesis and the foundation of the work that I do. But yes, people come for the cash, but they don't just stay for the cash. They stay for so many what I call NCBs, non-cash benefits, that you get when you decide to focus on the cash too. And so I'm going to share 5 of these with you today. There are so many non-cash benefits that you get when you decide to actually take the cash flow in your business seriously and take a cash flow approach to your business. It has really powerful holistic impact across your life, and I want to share a bit about that with you today. I am also going to share my one powerful truth and my one actionable tip to make sure that this isn't only, inspirational and we enjoyed hearing it, but actually actionable, something that you can take away and go and do before we finish our time together. But I also want to make sure that I am live and direct and visible. The tech is doing me greasy today. I'm literally got no comments coming up for me at any point through this. Sharon says that she's a 7 today. So I'm literally refreshing on my phone to see who's around. Sharon, who needs to join us to find out about these non-cash benefits? Please tag them in. If they're around on the platform, they can join us live. And if not, they can join team #replay. So the cash is exciting. The cash is sexy. The cash is important. You hear me talk about cash pretty much every week because I talk about how important cash is and the power of cash primacy. Cash primacy means that you pick the cash bit first. Now, that is important, but I also want you to hear me because do not hear what I'm not saying. Cash is important, but cash is not everything. You can hashtag what Yinka said on that one. Cash is important, but cash is not everything. There are so many problems in the world, and cash solves many, many, many of them. Cash solves cash problems. But what cash doesn't do is solve the things that cash can't touch. And so I what I wanted to do today is share through the lens of five incredible women, I think six actually, women who have worked with me in my spaces so you can hear some of the other non-cash benefits that you get when you take a cash flow approach to your business. So I'm not going to name them because this idea came to me pretty recently, and therefore I don't want to put their business on the streets. They may well recognize themselves when they hear it. And if you do, feel free. Like, I am so incredibly proud and excited of these amazing women and their brilliant stories. But the point there isn't so much about it being about them. It's to make sure that you can see that this is an approach that works for lots of different types of women. I definitely, in conversations, get the sense that women are like, well, it's okay for you, Yinka, you're different. You're different, you're weird, you're special. Ladies and gents, I definitely am different. I am fully weird and proud, and I'm as special as the next person. So yes, I am special, but so are you. But when it comes to these cash flow pieces of the puzzle, I am no different. I am no more special. And therefore, what I want to do is give you some insight of some of the things that you get in addition to the cash when you actually decide to focus on the cash. So, number one, please drop this in the chat for me as you hear me saying this. The first non-cash benefit that you get when you focus on your cash flow in your business is, I was going to drum roll, but then I'm going to mash up the setting here. So, clarity. A cash flow approach to your business gives you unparalleled clarity. And you get clarity about lots of different types of things. The first thing you get clarity about is what your cash flow critical activities actually are. You get really clear about the things that actually bring cash into your business. You get really clear about whether you're actually any good at those things. Now, the beautiful thing about this is one of the reasons why I literally just said that cash flow is important, but cash flow isn't everything, is because you can always make more money. Money is everywhere. Money is abundant, and that isn't changing anytime soon. But you know what you don't get any more of is time. Time is a finite resource. It is something that we need to treat as precious because we ain't getting the time back. And so the power of clarity means that you get to really make excellent use of your time. You get to take straight lines. I wouldn't even, I was going to say shortcuts, but I don't want to like be false advertising up in these spaces. But I definitely want to make sure that we're very clear about the opportunity that it causes for you. So it gives you clarity, but you know what else it gives you clarity on? It gives you the clarity of how important cash is and how it is never more important than you. And I'll give you an example. I have an incredible client. Her first name begins with J. She does incredible work in a number of different spaces. And one of the things that we have spent time working on is her perception of the value that she brings to her clients in the marketplace. Now, the reason we've done this work is because she does incredible work. And to be honest, spoiler alert, I'm here. I can see that Sharon is in the comments. Thank you, Sharon. There is not I do not work with women who are not incredible at what they do. Like, you literally can't work with me if you're not good at what you do. So that is like a minimum requirement for you to even come into the space in the first place. But the thing that I found is so often is that women are amazing at what they do, but their bank accounts are not telling an amazing story. They're amazing. They are incredibly well equipped at the work, but the cash that is commensurate to the value that they bring into their work and into the marketplace is not in alignment. And one of the reasons that we often see this is because women like literally endemically undercharge. They do not charge enough for the work that they're doing. And they don't charge enough because they're not sure if they can, and they're not sure if they're allowed to, and they're not sure if they're supposed to. They're constantly in this swathe of self doubt. And yet, when I look at Jay and I look at the incredible work that she does, one of the things or one of the sayings that we repeat on an ongoing basis, and feel free, drop this into the comments if you are still here and with me, is that I am the prize. I am the prize. Like, money is everywhere, but there is only one me. And therefore, the most valuable thing is the most unique thing. If there's only one me and money is everywhere, that means that I'm the prize. That means that I have the opportunity to really understand the value and where it sits in this equation. I'm the prize. That's not going to go away. That's not going to change. And as a result of that, I get to really reflect that fact that I know that I'm the prize in my pricing. And so when I look at Jay and I look at her incredible business and the value that she is offering, the value, of course, it's going up. Every day she gets better experience, better knowledge, better opportunities. But you know what? The pricing has gone up in multiples. The pricing has gone up in multiples. Jay and another client of mine, N, I've seen N, she has taken offers that she used to offer for £600. They're now 15K. Same offers, same incredible value, no longer underpricing. And you know what is even more powerful? That cash is coming, because those offers, it's one thing to be able to offer it and say number. It's another thing when someone else says yes. And so it isn't just a function of put up your prices when it comes time to think about changing how you are charging for the work that you're offering. It is about having that clarity about who you are, about why your work matters, about the value that it offers, and how you communicate that effectively to the marketplace. This is some of how, I should say, we get to transform how we are sharing our work and how we are able to bring value into the spaces. Hello, Marlene. Thank you so much for joining me. It's so great to have you here with us, and I appreciate you sharing what you are sharing. Sharon, tagging isn't working for you. Sima, thank you so much. If you want to slide into my DMs, Sima, or leave the comment on the post here with the number 5, and I will come back and share more about this with you. Tagging isn't working. Thank you so much for trying, Sharon. It is so challenging. I do not know what is up with the tech today. It is a wild ride over here, but we keep going, because number 2, the second non-cash benefit you get when you decide that you want to focus on your cash flow is impact. Impact is one of those non-cash benefits, and we kind of hope so, because the market has this twisted and has had this twisted for ages. Focus on impact and the income will follow is what we are often told, and it is false. But the beautiful thing about when you decide to focus on your cash flow or your income is that you see incredible impact. And the beautiful thing about that impact is it can be far beyond your wildest dreams. As I think about my client, her name begins with an A. A does incredible work that not only impacts adults, but also children. And when A and I first got together, she was concerned about how she was going to find clients who were going to be willing to pay her, 5K for the offers that she created. Now, spoiler alert, A's offers were worth far more than 5K, but at the time she was really struggling to even find people willing to even part with that kind of cash. Fast forward to us doing work together. She came into my Cashflow Accelerator. She's now over in our academy, but she managed to secure a £286,000 deal into her business, doing exactly the kind of work that she is uniquely qualified to do, creating space, creating ease, and creating massive impact, not only in her business, in her own personal life, but far and beyond. She has enabled her business to become a charity sponsor for a cause that she has such deep connections and roots in. And that £286,000 contract was just the beginning. Was just the beginning. She is creating impact at all levels within her marketplace, even up to and including government. She is going to change the landscape of the market that she is in because she has that strong, powerful underpinning of cash flow. See, one of the things that people often misunderstand is they think that cash flow is about sorting out when things are tough and you don't have enough cash. Of course, focusing on cash flow sorts that out for sure. But that's just the beginning. Cash flow isn't only to help you survive, it is exactly the thing that helps you thrive too. And so, honestly, watching A's story, working with her is such a delight, and seeing the impact that she is able to create through her business is wow and wild and all the feels. And so, we absolutely love, love, love to see it. Let me know in the chat that transition from 5K, struggling at 5K to £286,000. That's one hell of a transition, isn't it? Oh my gosh, it's so, so powerful. Number 3, and this one is one that I would say is one of the most important non-cash benefits that people really overlook. When you focus on your cash flow, what you are able to bring in is speed. Number 3 is speed. The power and the importance of speed in your business is really, really overlooked. Honestly, it's people do not value time in the right way. People think that they have opportunities upon opportunities forever and ever, amen. And yet, for those of us who are still running our businesses and those of us who are still in the marketplace, we know that the market is cyclical. And we are not on an up at the moment. Right now, we're in a down. Things are tough in the marketplace. And so, what this gets to remind us of is the fact that speed is absolutely your friend. Speed is something that is so incredibly valuable. And when I look at, clients of mine, J, D, both ladies came to me at the start of their business journeys. At the start of their business journeys, one with an idea, one just getting going. Both of those women have created 6-figure businesses in their first year. Now, let me put that into context with you, because if you spend any time on the internet, you will think that everyone has a 6-figure business and you will think that that's like normal and everybody does that and like yada, yada, yada. But let me put it in context for you about how remarkable that is. Because in the UK and the US statistics are almost mirroring. I think it's 1 or 2% more in the US, but in the UK, only 10% of female-led businesses ever hit 6 figures a year, ever. Like in the history of the business, let alone in year 1. So only 10% of female-led businesses in the UK. So I believe it's 11 to 14%, depending on the year in the US. But it is not a common event. And so for those 2 women to both be able to create that in the first year is incredible. It's given them leverage. It's given them speed. It now means that they are moving into the next stage of their business scaling and growth. And they're not trying to figure out what they need to do. Why? Because powerful foundations creates massive impact. Getting the foundations right is something that cannot be overstated in terms of its importance and benefit for your overall journey. The last thing you want is a situation where you are building a business and then you realize you have holes in the foundations. But the beautiful thing about a cash flow approach to your business means that you put the right things in the foundations to start with. And so as a result of that, that creates an opportunity for you to have those sure foundations and then to build whatever it is that you choose. Ladies and gents, let me know in the chat that you are still here with me. I am still checking my phone. My phone is also no longer registering any more comments. I can see that tech is not, it is a day. So I don't even know, I possibly am now down to talking to just myself, and that's okay. It is so important to me to make sure that this message is out there, and the replay is available immediately after. So even if there are no more people, I will keep sharing and I will keep talking, because I've shared 3 with you and I promised you 5. And so the fourth I want to share with you in terms of a non-cash benefit to focusing on the cash flow in your business is scale. You get the opportunity to scale. You get the opportunity, and scale, let me be very clear, is different from grow. Growing your business means top line grows, bottom line grows. Everything is growing. Everything is getting more, 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 more. But that isn't, in my opinion, what you want to do to create a sustainable business. If you want a sustainable business, then what you're going to want to do is scale. So you're going to want that top line revenue to be coming in and growing. But what you're also going to want to do is make sure that if you are adding costs, they are not adding at the same rate as those bottom line. You're not adding costs at the same rate you're adding revenue. And therefore, you're actually increasing profit. You're increasing space in your business. And when I look at so many women, so many clients, who have gone on to create so many brilliant things because they have that strong cash flow foundation. I'm thinking of my client S, who is doing some incredible things in her current business and ventures. She's interviewing amazing people on podcasts. She's written a book that's up for an award. And in the work that we did together, we were able to double her business. But not just double it and double the cost. We were able to really help scale and create that space that creates that opportunity to have really move forward. I see so many business owners who are growing. It's not that they're not making any more money, they are, but they're not keeping as much of it. And so even though they are growing up top, they're still really not getting the benefits that they want to get. That's what happens when you grow without a cash flow focus. And so that opportunity that it creates is incredibly powerful and gives a really different experience of running your business successfully. That scale, that space piece is so cool. And who won't say no to doubling their business too? And so the final of the non-cash benefits, and I'm going to recap these in a second so someone can drop them in the chat for me. But the fifth one that I love, and it really, honestly, this story always gives me such powerful feels, is peace of mind. A focus on cash flow in your business really changes your relationship with cash. And I'm not going to lie to you, it eliminates financial anxiety. Of course it doesn't. Even as someone who runs a damn business focused on cash flow, financial anxiety is part of the human condition because of our social upbringing and what society has taught us about money and wealth. So it's never going to go away. But what I can tell you is it completely transforms, and you're dealing with a completely different set of considerations and ideas. And peace of mind absolutely is available. It gives you, like, the story that springs to mind was a time when one of my clients, her son's laptop broke. And she messaged me and she said, Yinka, I'm so excited. What, that your son's laptop broke? That does not make me excited. She's like, no. I was able to ask him what he wanted, and he picked what he wanted, and I just clicked and carried on with my day. And it's the first time that I don't have to worry about the cost, work out where I'm going to get the money from, do the robbing Peter to pay Paul dance. And it was a real moment, and I really cherish and savor it. You can feel it in my energy, like it feels different. Cash at will. One of the core things that I teach and support in my work. The ability to know and change your relationship with money so that it feels more at ease, so it feels like it is here, so it feels like you are in control. That's the kind of stuff that money can't buy. That's the kind of stuff that money can't buy. And see, the thing is that, yeah, people absolutely do come for the cash flow, but they stay for all the as well. So a cash flow approach doesn't just give you cash flow, it gives you so much more. It really does give you the chance to see your world, your experience, your focus all together differently. It creates so many opportunities for you. I'm honestly so excited. Thank you so much, Sharon. I've just seen you have shared this here. The non cash benefits, the five of them that I've shared with you today, are clarity. Number one is clarity. Number two is impact. Number three is speed. Number four is scale or space, however you want to describe it. And number five is peace of mind. And so if you are wondering, oh, I really want to focus on cash, but I know how, we were told in church, if you go to church, that the love of money is the root of all evil. Every entrepreneur and his wife is saying that you shouldn't be focused on money, or money isn't the most important thing. The thing is that it's so important to understand that if you come for the cash flow, that's not all that's available to you. There is so much more. Yes, cash flow absolutely is the air of your business, but you get so many other goodies aside. And so the thing I want you to understand, or the one powerful truth that I want you to really focus on, is the fact that your energy flows where your attention goes. So much of the energy and the focus that we give to our cash flow is around problem, is around challenge, is around lack. And as a result of that, we continue to perpetuate like challenge, lack, stress. We get to focus on cash in a completely different way, but we also have the promise of so many other benefits awaiting us when we really decide to take it seriously. And so my one actionable tip for you today is for you to have a look at those five non-cash benefits of clarity, impact, speed, scale, and peace of mind. And you decide which one of those, feel into your body. If you need to, close your eyes, put your hand on your chest, and ask yourself, which of those is a non-cash benefit that I would be willing to really double down on a cash flow approach for? Which one is most appealing for you? Drop that non-cash benefit in the chat for me. Let me know. I'm going to come back into the comments after this and check. Which of those are you most excited about that would make you more willing to focus on your cash flow, not forever, not for all the time, but even just over the next 10 or 15 minutes after this live stream? Which one is most appealing and most exciting to you? Let me know in the chat, just so I can see and I can learn more and see which of those is resonating most with you. And then the only other thing I want to say is that if the work that I do and these incredible client stories, and you will be hearing more client stories, shout out to my beautiful, fabulous friend, Cleo Ned. I spent some time speaking to her yesterday, and she read me the riot act of just how amazing my work is and how little I share of the incredible transformations and the incredible stories of the women in my spaces. And so I'm going to correct that. I consider myself ever a student. I'm always happy to learn, and I consider myself really open to learning at all times. And so, in addition to a fabulous new live stream show launching next month called Women Like Us, where you will hear directly from my clients. I know you love hearing from me, you're listening to me, but you have the opportunity to hear the stories of the incredible women that I work with in my spaces. and you have the opportunity to hear from them directly. And so Women Like Us is launching in April. But in addition to that, I'm going to be sharing a lot more testimonials, case studies in my content, just so you can see just how powerful a cash flow approach is. But if you yourself want to learn more about these women scaling to six figures and beyond, drop me the number 5, either in the comment below these videos where you're seeing them or in my DMs, and I will share more information with you as it becomes relevant. So, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for persevering with this, what can only be described as frustrating tech situation. I really appreciate you all. I'm excited to hear which of all of them is most potent for you. And I look forward to seeing you in the spaces. Take care, have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.